49.
Two Americans, two Brits, four friends with four different opinions. Join the guys of Across the Pond as they discuss everything under the sun and answer all of your burning questions. Check out their live feeds every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern on Facebook.com/Across the Pond officially and Facebook.com/WLFEDB Radio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Across the Pond. Thank you for tuning in for another new episode. I'm one of your American hosts, Matthew, and I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the show again. I'm Morgan, and I'm your first British host from Manchester, UK.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. I'm your second American host, Bryan. I'm from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. And hello again.
Oh. Brett, I think your mic is muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Guys, we have some tech difficulties.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys.
Always technical difficulties. Go ahead. Oh, Brett, we can't hear you.
Maybe come off the stream and then go back on.
Yeah, leave the stream and come back. Sorry
about that, guys.
Technical difficulties, they happen.
I'm in the middle.
Love this for us.
Yes, same.
So, please, guys, ask us some questions, and we'll make sure to get back to them later on.
Brett's back. Brett?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. So I'm Brett. I'm your second British host in London, UK.
Well, thank you for watching. Again, sorry for technical difficulties. COVID's got us living in the age of technology, and sometimes she ain't our friend, okay?
At least they know we're live.
Yes, exactly. So thank you for watching. This week we are discussing coming out. So each one of us is going to share our coming out stories with all of you. And as always, you can interact with us through the comments. So please share your comments, questions for us. And also, if you want to share your own coming out story, go ahead. We'll gladly read it on screen. But yeah, this is a safe space. So no matter what your coming out story is, we will not judge you. So who wants to tell their coming out story first? Morgan? Okay.
Now everybody jump at once.
Let's put Morgan on the screen and go ahead. Tell your story. Oh, hold on one second.
Someone's going to get fired, as Beyonce would say.
There you go.
Do I look okay? Yes, right. Okay, so hi, guys. I'm Morgan. I'm from Manchester, UK, and this is my coming out story. So, how do I explain this? So, I came out when I was 13 years old. I was halfway through high school, and before I came out, I was a very, naughty teenager. Like, cause I was scared about coming out. I was always, kicking off here and there, causing trouble in school and whatnot. And one day I got into a lot of trouble and I just decided to come out. So what I did, I was naughty in school that day. I came home and me and my dad were obviously fighting because I was being bad at school. Went upstairs and I wrote my dad a note. On that note, it said, "To Dad, I'm gay. Love, Morgan." Just as simple as that. I then handed him the note and I ran out the house. And then I came back 2 hours later. My dad said to me, "I'll always love you for who you are." And I always knew anyway. Because when I was like 5 years old, I was dressing up in my sister's dresses, putting on a plastic heels, frolicking around the house, being all camp and queenie. And yeah, but everyone knew anyway. And I was very, very, very accepted. And I have some members in my family that are, still very old school. But they accepted me for who I was. They already knew anyway, basically. Because I've always been a bit camp. But yeah, that's my coming out story. It's nothing special, but you know, that's how I did it.
Thank you for sharing. Do you want to tell the viewers, especially those who are going to listen to the audio version or podcast later, where they can find you and
Yeah,
maybe
so
tip you?
you can find me on Instagram at morganbostock1, Snapchat M001300M, and on Cash App at Morgan Donaghy. Well, pound sign Donaghy. Yes.
Yes, we love that. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for listening to my story.
Yes, and thank you for sharing your coming out story. Everyone obviously has a different story, so it's cool to see, the reactions people got from when they came out, from like friends and family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who wants to go next?
You go.
Why not me? I'll go next.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ooh. So so I came out. Well, I knew I was gay from around. I would say I always knew I was different to the other boys in school, but at like a little age, you don't really know what to sort of label it as. But I think I realised I was gay when I went to about year 7, so which is the first sort of year of secondary school. So this is way back in the day. And there was this other kid at the school that I fancied at the time. So I struggled to come out, though, because the people I lived with, I didn't feel really comfortable living with them. I didn't think they were accepting. I felt they were very much pushed the, probably looking back, not on purpose, but pushed the straight agenda of the, so like saying, oh, their son's bringing his girlfriend over. Their son's girlfriend's going to come out for the day. I felt at the time they, like maybe being gay or LGBT plus wasn't acceptable. Obviously, I look back now and it probably wasn't that sort of situation. It was probably just me struggling really with my sexuality. So when I came out, it was a massive, huge relief, really. Quite a funny story. Was actually I was at school. It was a few years later. So about 15, I went to my friend on Facebook. I was like, "Oh yeah, I've got to speak to you tomorrow. Like, it's really, really important." And she spent the night panicking, like, "What is Brett going to say? What is so important?" And I went to school. And we sort of says in the room, it was us two, and I put my hand in her hand and I said, "I like guys." And she was like, "What?" I said, "I'm gay." I said, "Well, yeah, obviously you are. Like, come on, like the amount of guys we like both check out and try to flirt with, and often in my case fail." And like, unbeknown to me, I'd already been completely and utterly gay, like person, and just never needed to come out and not quite realise. So that's my funny sort of coming out story. You guys can find me on Facebook, Brett Slack, Instagram, Bretty, so it's BRETTI official, Twitter, Bretty again 97, Cash App, #Bretts 1997. And if you want to tip me, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done, Brett.
Thank you.
Done, Mike.
Oh, what a great coming out story. I'm so excited to hear Bryan's as well. Wait, Bryan, actually, that's really weird. So we've been friends for I can't even count anymore because it's been forever.
Literally.
And I don't think I know your coming out story. How weird is that?
Oh my god, that is weird, girl. Well, my coming out story is kind of crazy. So should I go next?
Go ahead, girl.
Oh, hello, everybody. For those listening, my name is Bryan, and you can find me on my social media as Bryan Patrick Official, and Bryan is spelled BRY. I'm special like that. But my coming out story, wow. To make it short, I don't even know where to start. So I knew I was gay. I always just knew, to start that out. I always knew I was different. I was always made fun of in school, freaking little shits. They always call me, "Oh, you act like a girl, you sound like a girl," because my voice was always a little higher. I don't know. I was like, whatever, bros, bye. But, the school wasn't that bad for me, when I got to high school, but I didn't come out in high school. I was just me. People would ask me, "Oh, are you gay?" I'd be like, "I don't know." But, the actual coming out story is to my family, to my mother. So those of you who don't know, some context, I don't know my father. So my mom and my grandma, my grandpa, they all raised me. My mom's amazing. I fucking love her. So her and I went out. We're going to Panera Bread. And oh my God, if you hear my dogs barking, I'm so sorry. It's a little rat chihuahua that won't shut up. But all right, so back to the story. So my mother and I were going to Panera Bread, and I already had a date lined up, and we're sitting down. We got our food. We sat down, and I'm like, "Hey, mom, I have something to tell you." And she's like, "Oh, what?" She's like, "Because I have something to tell you." I'm like, "Oh, girl, we love a little plot twist, okay?" So I was just like, "Well, I have a date this Saturday, and it's not with a girl; it's with a guy." And she's like, "Oh, well, I have something to tell you. I'm pregnant." I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So she's like, oh my God. She's like, first and foremost, I love you, Bryan. I love you for who you are. She's like, but I always knew you were a guy. I was just like, girl, say what? And mind you, a really close friend of mine came out gay as well. He lived across the street from me. And my mom and him were close. Like, my mom would always invite all the neighborhood kids over. We'd have movie night, and my mom like became friends with one, my one friend. He's like adopted brother. But I know I'm jumping all over the place. Like my coming out story is like just so divided up. There's so many parts to the story. But ultimately, I came out to my mom at Panera Bread, and her reaction was she was pregnant with my little brother, who I freaking love. So so it was crazy, and my whole family accepts me for who I am. I'm very thankful for my mom, especially, like, and the family that I was brought into, for them all accepting me. I know a lot of people don't have it as easy as I did, and so that's my coming out story. It's it's crazier, but I had to give everyone the short story because, girl, we don't want to sit here all day. But again, if you want to look me up on my socials or whatever, you ever need advice, reach out to me, Bryan Patrick Official, and again, it's Bryan with a Y.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Why you can watch your mom in a Panera? Like,
I used to be obsessed with Panera. I literally had an addiction, and all my friends, like, I'd always like tag, like, because I worked at Panera also, and I was obsessed with their food. I'd always like go to Panera for their Greek salad and their French onion soup. I was obsessed.
I love Greek salad.
It was so good.
I remember.
I love onion soup.
I remember, like, you'd always text me, like, almost every day, like, having Panera for lunch again. I'm like,
It was so bad. I literally had an addiction. Brett and Morgan, do you guys know what Panera is or no?
Yeah, I've heard of it, of course.
Okay. It's pretty much like a fast food restaurant, but it's more upscale, kind of.
Oh, a posh fast food restaurant, darling.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
But
Okay, well, I guess I'm the last one to tell my coming out story. So here we go.
yes, girl.
Okay, hello everyone. So first off, you can find me on Facebook. It's Matthew Ludwig, MATTHEW LUDWIG, and in parentheses Scarlet Overkill, because most people know me as Scarlet Overkill, and that's Scarlet with a K, ARLET, and then Overkill spelled as is. And then you can find me on Instagram as Scarlet Overkill, Venmo Scarlet_Overkill, and then Cash App as $the Scarlet Overkill. Anywho, now you know where to follow me, and give me some coin. Let me tell my coming out story. So my coming out story is kind of similar to everyone else is in the way that I knew that I was gay since probably elementary school. I remember I spent recess playing with the girls instead of the boys. Like, we'd have our chalk, and we'd be drawing flowers and stuff on the sidewalk while the boys were playing like kickball and like fighting and some crazy stuff like that. And then all my friends through pretty much elementary school and middle school were girls. And then in high school, I made a few guy friends, but it was always I had more friends that were girls than guys. So then once I kind of hit puberty, I started noticing guys more and like thinking about guys more like that. But I went to a very I don't want to say closed-minded, but I grew up, and basically I always tell this to everyone and they laugh, but it's true. I grew up in the middle of like farmland. My school was like basically on a farm. There was cornfields all around, and every day in the school, especially when it was warm out and they ran the air conditioning, the whole entire school smelled like fucking cow shit. It was so terrible. So yeah, a very small tight-knit community. We had the Amish and the Mennonites with the horse and buggies, and people were very religious. So I remember there was a kid, I think 2 years older than me, who came out in high school, and like literally until the day he like graduated and left school, like he was always made fun of and bullied for being gay. So like, while I knew I was gay, I was like, I don't want to come out because it's not that I don't want people to know that I'm gay. I just don't want to be bullied. Like, I'm here to get an education and get through high school. I don't need to be bullied. So I kept it secret. I dated about like 4 or 5 different girls in high school. Lost my virginity at 16, 17 to a girl. And it wasn't until I was like 18, I came out to my best friend Cody. I knew he was gay, and I'm pretty sure he knew I was gay. So we kind of confided in each other, and then that way we each knew another gay person that we could talk to about like gay things, I guess you could say, because we didn't know anyone else, and we were both in the closet. And then I remember turning 18 and graduating, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with school. I don't have to worry about what any of these people say about me or think about me anymore. I'm going to move on and do bigger and better things. So I came out to my brothers at first, who were both like, yeah, duh, we knew. And then I told my dad, we were driving in the car to, I think like Walmart or Target to go shopping. And we were listening to Fall Out Boy, and some song came on, something about telling secrets or whatever. And I was like, I literally like at that point turned the radio off. And I was like, Dad, I have something to tell you. I was like, don't be mad at me. Don't hate me. I'm sorry, if, you're going to disown me or whatever, but I'm gay. I told him, and then he was literally like the most supportive person ever. I mean, he's always been the most supportive person of me being gay. He was like, I don't care what you are. At the end of the day, you're still my son. You're still my kid. And it was awesome because, like, a lot of people come out to their parents and their family, and they disown them and talk to them again, and which sucks, but it happens. So he was really supportive. I came up to my mom after all that. She was not really so supportive because my mom's side of the family, especially my grandma, are very religious, and they didn't think that was right or okay. So it was an uphill battle. I mean, by the time my grandma passed, and now over the years, I've connected with a lot of my family, and they're okay with me being gay. Obviously, they knew I do drag. There are some people who are still in my family that don't accept me for being gay and or doing drag. They still think it's wrong, but I just don't talk to them because guess what? I have plenty of other friends and family who love me for who I am and support me 100%, and I'm doing just fine without them. So that's my coming out story, and thank you for watching.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Wait, can I say something? Because you brought it up, girl, and I want to put this out for our viewers and listeners because your story was very kind of similar to me. Like we both, grew up in Pennsylvania. Well, I grew up in New Jersey, born and raised, but when I moved to Pennsylvania, like Bucks County is very rural and like farmland. But like you, like in high school, I didn't come out. Like I didn't feel the need, but everybody assumed. I was like, girl, hi. Like nobody. I'm not gonna tell you what I am or what I'm not. But the story is. So for anybody out there that's in high school still or whatever, the coolest thing I ever did was, I don't know if any of you guys 3 have dealt with this, but like in gym class, how they split up the boys and the girls?
Yeah.
I always hated that because I always hated when the guys would like tackle you or like call you like a pussy or something. Like I'd be like, cool. Like so rude. So I always hated that, and I always felt like so scared to like do sports with like football and like anything like physical. I was just like, girl, I don't got time for that shit.
I was really bad with sports. So me and this girl who was like my close friend at school, we used to avoid doing it. Because our school was quite small, so we used to have to go to like local swimming pool to do it. And so we used to just go by the gym and like check out all the men in the gym. And then an interesting experience though, actually, you guys talking made me think of actually when I was at school where I encountered homophobia after I came out was this fat ginger guy, and he thought he was all that. Like he thought he was like sex on next. And his name, I'm not gonna say his name, but when I came out, he tried to think he was trying to say that I fancied him. And I said, well, like, do you fancy every girl? I was like, yeah. So what, every girl? I said, no. I said, then what makes you think I'm gonna like date or want to like do stuff with you? And I put him in his place actually, and he left me alone after them. And someone said to me, and actually it's a really fair point, and I'm really pleased that it did happen, is that it's so important at school, because I went to quite a small school and I was quite sheltered as a young person. It was so important I encountered some sort of homophobia because it prepared me for the big wide world, because not everyone's so nice. And that is something that I take on now and think that's actually one of the most probably important messages I was ever told as a young person. Actually, you know what, it's in a way good that you encounter some, but it will show that actually the world is not always a good, nice place, and that there are homophobic and horrible people in the world, unfortunately.
There will always be homophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that it's like the world is just like it's like girl, like that's why like I did my own thing, and like back to like my story was where how they split up the boys and the girls. I was just like, you know what, I don't want to do any sports. So I literally thank God for all the support I had with all of, like the girls in my gym class. They're like, I think I told one of my friends, I was like, hey, like I want to sneak with you guys over to do whatever you guys do, and they like play on the big giant yoga balls. They like chit chat, and they just like do like awesome things, like things more I was more relatable to. I was like, yes, queen, let's like chit chat and talk about tanning. So I remember the day I did it. I snuck over onto the girls' side because they were all exiting to a separate gym for just doing yoga and all that stuff, and the guys were getting ready to play football. I'm like, oh god. So I remember walking. The girls were like surrounding me, trying to like hide me, which obviously I was freaking tall as hell and hard to hide. I remember my gym teacher saying, his name is Mr. Hasty. He was like, Bryan, where are you going? I'm like, Mr. Hasty, I'm going with the girls. And he's like, okay. And literally, like, and this was back in 2007, 2008. Like, this was like way before, like, things are a lot different now. So I don't know how it is in high school and like how gym classes work. But back then, it was such a different time. And the gym teacher was so supportive of it. Everybody was supportive of it. I didn't have any problems. Nobody told me I could not do that. All the girls loved it. And we all like sat in the yoga balls and did crazy shit. It was just like the best experience ever. Like I was just so thankful for that moment. So
well, when I was in high school, we had the boys and girls locker rooms and changing rooms separately, but we all activities together. Now in high school I was a very sporty person, so I wasn't, how do you say, your typical gay. I didn't always hang around with girls. But I can play football on a professional-ish level.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can kick some balls if I want to, darling.
I bet you can.
Love that.
Yeah. I hated gym class. Like I remember like I would, because like I know everyone's school is different, but I remember in my high school it was like every year you had to take like your typical like major subjects like math, science, English, whatever, and then you always had to take gym every year. And I was like, why? I was like, why can't we have things like home ec or like teaching kids how to do laundry or like iron and things like that? Like, why do we have to like play freaking dodge, like throw balls at each other's face? I mean, depending on the type of ball, I would like that, but throwing balls at each other's faces versus like teaching a kid how to like cook for himself and clean for himself. I just didn't understand it. So every year you had to take gym class in high school, and like whatever grade you got in gym class also like played into all your other grades, and then that gave you like your GPA. So like I literally remember like every year I would like for my English and science, like all those classes, I would literally like hardcore study and like try and ace every test because I wanted to keep my GPA high, but I knew gym class would hurt that. Because every year I'd get like a D in gym class because I wouldn't partake in half the shit because I hated it. I wanted to be there to get an education and like learn and like take that knowledge and stuff from high school and then use it in the real world when you become an adult. Like how is playing football going to help me like in the adult world? Like it's not. Like,
girl, I sucked. I hate it. It's so funny because I never took you to be like a very educated, like for example, like in high school, I hated doing anything. Like I slacked so bad in English class and math class. Like literally my one English class, her name was Miss Hughes. I remember she was the coolest English teacher ever. I freaking loved her. And she's like, Bryan, she's like, I need a piece of gum because I know you have gum all the time, and I'll give you like a grade on your paper, like a B or something. I'm like, because I like broke down crying my senior year, and I was just like, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna be stuck in this school. And she's like, oh, honey, no, you're not. And I hated going to, like, at the same time I hated school, but I only like the social aspect. Like I socialized with everybody, and I hated like actually doing the work. So I was just always like, someone help me. So that makes me laugh, girl, that you like slayed a great like GPI. Like that's awesome.
I got A's every year in science and English. I'm really good with it.
I am deceased. That's crazy.
Literally.
A star in maths and an A star in geography and B's in everything else.
I had like F's and everything. I'm just kidding.
I flopped.
Same,
But
Brad.
you know what? I like. I have a good job. Goes to show you don't really need GCSE.
You don't need the qualifications to earn good money later in life.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you have to get through high school. Like, you have to try, but you can't just like get by life and not trying. So it all like it depends on your situation. Like, everyone has a different path, but I love socializing more. That was just my experience.
Yeah,
I just
was
hated,
chatbox.
I just hated doing the work.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like, it was so weird. I was like opposite. Like, I wanted to learn and like get a good like GPS like that. But then I was also like, in my senior year, oh my god, my senior year, I spent like the whole entire year. Either I took every other day off of school to work for my uncle on his farm, or I would spend all day in the art room just painting and drawing. I had like long black hair, like wore Marilyn Manson shirt, such a gothic. Like, I was gothic. And so I hated everyone. But yeah. So, so we've all kind of like our coming out stories and like, talked about like, how that related to like high school and growing up. So my next question is like, after you guys came out, like from when you came out until like, now, even the past couple of years, like how has life been now that people like know that you're gay?
Well, I'm very open. I'm very open, and I do a lot of work around LGBT young people in like the UK. So I'm very open, and I don't really. I've got thick skin now. I've learned that I don't really care what people think, and if they don't like it, that's their issue, not mine. And bye, cheerio, close the door when you leave. Like I'm like people will get the same, but like my face ain't bothered, and I'm literally like, is my face bothered? It's not. Like, I'm 23 years of age. I've got a life to live, and I don't have time for negativity. So I try to be as positive as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, Morgan?
So, are we talking about what life was like after it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just went on as normal, really. Like, obviously, I could be myself. Like, I could go and be a fairy, walk around school, prance around school, absolutely. And then I could start putting my personal life out there and not keeping it so secret, because obviously I knew that I was gay, and before I came out, it physically feels like a weight lifted off your shoulder. It really does.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt so good after I came out. I could be myself. I could be camp. I could do whatever the hell I wanted. Not have any worries. I was bullied after I came out, of course, and I was bullied before I came out. But I didn't let that affect me. Bullying affects people in some ways more than others, but I didn't let it affect me because I knew that I was myself, and more people accepted me than didn't accept me anyway.
Yeah. So, I have a question about like both your coming out story, Morgan, and what you just said about life after. So if you could tell us, like, in the quick, easy way to understand it, because I heard you say it a couple times. For those in the US who don't understand it, I know you guys. We've kind of heard it, Bryan, from you guys in the UK. But what does camp mean? What does that mean?
Oh, like this, like oh, darling, prancing around type of thing.
So camp, I'm trying to think of someone who they would know as camp in America.
RuPaul as a guy.
Yeah, RuPaul as a guy.
Okay.
That is definition of pure campness.
Camp can be a bit more feminine. It's a bit more
like a guy wearing a suit with heels.
They can be where they're like dressing like glittery makeup, maybe like fake nails, high heels, whatever sort of thing. But it doesn't. It just also the mannerisms. So like, they're a bit more like the hands and a bit more like
So camp basically just like a very feminine man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
But you do get guys who are straight that are a little bit more
camp.
Yeah, but that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, because we call like in the UK when I was like younger, like on TV, people like, oh, he's gay, but then the straight women would be like, oh, he's hetero, but metrosexual.
Yeah.
So a lot of people refer to the UK men as metrosexual because they're so comfortable. They're comfortable with their masculinity, but yet they can dress like stylish. and you guys can pull it off as Metro. Whereas in America, you're either gay or straight. Like, bye.
Yeah.
But then we slowly adopted the Metro.
Yeah. So do you guys know Graham Norton?
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a camp one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched the show.
You
He's funny.
And you probably don't know Alan Carr.
Love Alan Carr.
Yes, I do.
I've met Alan Carr.
He's very, very camp. Like,
I've met Alan Carr, and he's the most campiest person ever.
I love Alan Carr though.
Yes.
So Bryan, I know we're getting close to like our halfway point, but like quickly, like what has life been like for you after you came out?
Yeah, so life for me after I came out was such like it's such a relief off your chest. I was pretty much able just to be me. Like I've always been me, but like to a next level. I remember the first Halloween. So as I mentioned before, I have a really close friend of mine who came out first. I kind of saw through his experience what he went through. And he was the first to take me to my first gay club, which was in Allentown, Allentown, Pennsylvania, Stonewall, the Stonewall Moose and Lounge, and it was just fun. Like it was just so. I love being gay. I love who I am. I would never want to change it ever. It's been a fun experience. I've met so many amazing people. I couldn't imagine my life being different than what it is. So I'm just thankful for who I am and stuff. So it's been great. I love life. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm the same way as you. Like just that, like the fact that like when you know at such a young age, like elementary school, that like you're gay, you have to like keep it secret until you graduate high school, which for here in the US, it's mostly 18. So to go like almost 10 years of your life holding this secret and you finally get to tell people, it's like, oh, the biggest weight lifted off your shoulder. And like, you know, sure, there were people that didn't like me and bullied me after I came out, but I was just like, whatever, this is me now. And then, you know, there was, for me personally, mine, like coming out, I mean, life after coming out is a little different because like I finally, once I tackled like people knowing that I'm gay and I can be accepted for that, then it was like, I knew I wanted to be this feminine gay, and a lot of gays here didn't understand feminine gays, and then I wanted to do drag, and it was so hard to like, not only be gay, but like dating world, because guys were like, ew, we're not going to date you, you dress like a woman, like you're gay. But they didn't understand what drag meant. So like, a whole nother uphill battle, and like, now like my lifestyle is like very, you know, being a drag queen is very feminine. Like, you know, I go out to the stores as a boy wearing all pink and lip gloss and shit because like it's just part of me. I'm very, again, feminine being a drag queen. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's my life. I'm happy. I have the greatest support system from friends and family. My drag career is amazing and booming and taking me new places. You know, I now have these 2 podcasts. So like my life's going great. So fuck the haters.
Yes.
Yes, girl.
Yes. All right. Well, I see on the side we have a lot of comments and questions. So we're going to take a quick break real quick, play a commercial for the WLFDB radio station that we are now part of. And when we return, we will be answering and your questions or reading through your comments.
Yeah.
WLFE DB Radio.
Here at WLFE DB, you can find shows that vary in many topics: the paranormal, the creepy, heavy metal, and LGBTQ and drag. Our shows are your shows, and we want to provide a wide diversity for all to enjoy. So, tune in to facebook.com/WLFE DB Radio. Like, follow, and share with your friends and family. Also, go check out our website at www.wlfe-db.com. Now, back to the show.
And we're back. Hello, everyone.
What a great range of shows this radio station does.
Yeah.
What a great range.
I
Love it.
Yes, I will say that speaking about, you know, coming out and like how we feel about our different, our personalities, you talk about the camp, the family, all that stuff. That's another thing that I'm glad our show is part of this radio station because from paranormal to heavy metal to, this show talking about whatever. I'm also Scarlett. I should say Scarlett is on how you saw in the commercial Inside the Drag Closet. We talk about drag. So like the radio station is very diverse and unique, and I love that about it.
It's a good radio station indeed.
Yeah. So let's go through the questions and comments and see what people have to say. So
I love it.
From my lovely sister-in-law Nicole, she says hello.
Hi.
Hey, Nancy.
As Bryan calls her, Nancy.
Nicole, hey.
MIAHUJCS. I'm not sure if it says hey slag. Wait,
Is that Jeremy?
I think that's Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh, they're canceled.
Yes. Hey,
Chloe, Chloe.
Oh my God, Chloe, I love you. Hi, Chloe.
hello, darling.
Is that one of your friends, Bryan?
Yes, I went to college with her. She is such an empowerment. Like, she's just a freaking amazing woman. Like, she inspires me so much. She's really awesome.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, Chloe.
Let's, Jeremy. Have you been bullied, Morgan?
Yes. So, yeah. I have been bullied, but like I said, I didn't let it bother me.
I think also, I can hear myself. I think it's in a way, it's important that I feel like everyone experiences something like that. Not extreme bullying or anything, but that then would open up their eyes, potentially not everyone in the world being as nice as they may be. So I think in a way it's important.
Bullying helps people.
Not extreme bullying, of course.
No.
Yeah, a bit of name calling, but that's just my personal opinion anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people. Oh.
Someone says Bryan is next.
Ew. I've gone through a lot. I don't know how to go into it without going into some things. So the most I've ever been bullied was actually at a job I worked at. Sorry. When I was younger, I used to work at a truck stop. My first job was at Subway, and Subway was inside of a truck stop, and the truckers, you get people from all over the country, from other countries, like people that drove truck, and they're always stressed out and stuff. And literally, so there's like a weigh scale when trucks would have to come in, and I'd have to talk over the intercom. I'd be like, "Hey, first weigh, reweigh." And some people don't know what that means, but it's a CAT scale, and what trucks have to weigh in to be legal. I believe it's 80,000 pounds. So when I'd be like that, like someone would be like, "Oh, who is this, a fairy? Like, come on, twinkle toes." Like, "Oh, girl." Like, I'd be called every name in the book, like that word, like, and then they'd come in like, who was I talking to on the thing there? And then they'd like smile at me, be like, "You're different, aren't you?" Like, they'd like literally like call me out. Like, it was just so absurd. But my aunt also, she was a manager there, so she kind of would like protect me. Like, I freaking love her. And when you get like the badass truck drivers in there, everybody would stick up for me. They're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, but that's the most I've ever been bullied, was actually at work. Aside from that, I've never really been bullied, which it's fortunate, but it's just nobody should be bullied. Like, that just needs to just stop. But
I feel like lorry drivers and truck drivers who drive very far and they pull over at these service stations, they're probably going to be the first ones who are going to be up for it.
That's funny you say that.
The fact is, they're going to be up for being done behind the truck or whatever. Like,
that is really funny that you say that.
It's true though.
I mean, I'll never forget this truck driver that came in. He would dress like a woman. I guess he was transvestite. Am I saying that correctly?
No.
He would dress like a woman, but he was a straight man.
Yeah, transvestite.
Transvestite. And he would like get like the truck drivers that would come in, like, and he would tell me the stories of like how these like mean people would like hit him up and like, "Oh, come in my truck later." And I'd be like, "Girl," like, but he wasn't into that. He's like, "Oh no, I'm straight and I have a wife." I was just like, it was just so interesting. But like, the truck driver industry is very interesting. I feel for them. Like, you guys are like the heartbeat of America to get all of our supplies all over the country, but you guys are also deal with a lot of stress and a lot of assholes sometimes. But
for real. So WLFE-DB Radio Network says, "Hello, fellas. It's Ted here saying hi and showing support." Hi, Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Hey.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having us and our show part of your radio
Yes.
station.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Ted,
Ted.
yes. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much for this opportunity. It's like literally freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Jeremy, again, Panera is Brian's favorite restaurant.
They need to sponsor my ass at this time of my life.
Literally, they should give you like discounts on food at this point.
Panera is so expensive. Like, oof. I used to eat there like every day. I kind of still do, but
I think we need to send Brian to rehab. He's obviously addicted.
Well, when you guys come to America, you can go to. I'll bring you to Panera Bread, and I'll bring you to the one that I always go to. And the manager there is amazing. Her name is Jen, and she fucking slays. She's an amazing manager, and yeah, you guys will love the food. It's good.
What food is it?
It's a lot of like it's very carby. Like there's a lot of bread, soups, and like salads, paninis. It's very like a lot of bread and carbs, but it's
like
comfort food, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I
Panera-
love a comfort food.
Oh my god! So especially on a rainy day, you want to get a sourdough bread bowl, honey, with the broccoli and cheddar soup. Oh,
I love broccoli and cheddar soup, but I just don't like bread.
really?
Yeah,
Oh my God, I
I'm not a
love
big
bread.
bread.
Hi.
I'm not a big
Bread
bread.
is so good.
So Dominic, if I butcher your last name, I'm sorry, Santasero, who is another one of our WLFE DB Radio family. He has a show. You can go to WLFE-DB Radio's Facebook page and see the list of all the shows that played during the commercial. Go like and follow them and watch their shows as well. But he said, popping in quick to support the WLFE DB Radio family. Have a great show.
Yes,
Oh,
Dominic.
Thanks,
you.
Dominic.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Abby Lynn LeBron says, love you, Brian Patrick.
Oh my god, I love you, Abby. Oh, I miss you.
Ignore the rest of
no.
us.
Yeah.
Rude.
Thanks for the love, Abby.
Yeah, thanks.
Jordan says, you still are addicted.
That's it. Someone censor him.
Someone, yeah, can we block this user?
Can we block this user?
He's airing
You're
our
canceled.
He's airing Brian's dirty laundry.
Let's see.
Do you
Janelle
have to say
M. Fletcher says, I'm pretty sure you are mom's news way more exciting. Amazing story, though. I'm so happy for you, Brian.
Oh, thanks, Chanel. Are you Chanel number 1, 2, or 3? Thank you so much.
Chanel's.
Brian?
God,
she doesn't play
fabulous-
well with you, though.
My fabulous neighbor Debbie's watching. She says, Brian Patrick, your rat was trying to come out.
She probably hears it barking.
Hello, Debbie, darling.
Guys, I'm so sorry. The rats just bark and I can't shut them up.
It's funny, though. And then Jeremy again says, I miss your dad, meaning mine. Same.
Oh, yes, he was a great man.
Literally.
Is that Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yes, Brett.
Oh.
I'm assuming because the JCS is his initials and then Miyahu is like his part of his Jewish name. So I'm pretty sure it's him. If it's somebody else, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if it's someone else, who's dad?
If that is not Jeremy, that'll be the gag.
Well,
No, it's Jeremy because he put it in the comments.
well, and the thing is too, after I saw this comment saying I miss your dad, like obviously I figured it's him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Abby Lynn LeBron again says you also very well. Love the stories. I love that you're all very comfortable with who you are as a person. Thank you,
Oh,
Abby.
Yes, Abby.
Thank you, Abby.
So nice
We
of
love
her.
you. Thanks so much for supporting us, Abby. We really appreciate it.
Yes, Abby. Yes.
Says, hey Santa.
Oh my god, guys! Bloomy, that her name's Lynette. She worked with me at some of my jobs, and the fun we had, girl. You guys would love her. She's so fun, and she
Oh my
actually.
God, when we come to America, you should introduce us.
Yeah.
I will. Do you guys like essential oils over in the UK?
Yeah, yeah.
She like supports all of that. I guess the name's doTERRA. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
No.
She works a lot with like the essential oils and stuff. It's a really great, like cool, like natural way to, fight off stuff. But she's such an awesome person. Thanks, Lynette, for supporting.
That's so. Oh, Lynette also said, I agree. Make it co-ed. I want to see penises too. Yes.
Don't we all, darling? Don't we all?
We all love seeing some penises.
Yeah.
I don't want to see penis. I want to touch penis.
I'm
Brett's
done.
Brett's like, I am coming to gym class to play with only a certain kind of balls.
Could you imagine if they did gym class like with people over 18? Like, no.
Can you imagine if they did like sort of gym classes, like sort of workout classes where everyone was naked?
They
Like,
probably
No.
do have them in
sportswear.
nudist colonies.
Oh,
Or
I've
they
heard
did gym
naked
class like
swimming.
as adults. I could never. We'd all be like drunk and like hungover trying to play kickball.
Oh my god, I feel like we need to do some fun activities, hungover or drunk.
yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
let's do
Oh my
some
God, could you
crazy
imagine
sort of
doing-
activities.
Oh my god. We should make a co-ed gym class where everyone's drunk while they're doing the gym class.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Could you imagine how fun that would be?
Could we do volleyball?
Drunk
Bam.
volleyball. Yes.
No, what's the dodgeball?
Oh my god, no.
Nice.
That sounds like
Dodgeball drunk.
terrifying.
Ted says it's nice that in this day and age it's a bit easier to come out. I was kicked out.
Oh,
my
Oh,
God.
Ted, I'm so sorry about that.
That's
That's
terrible.
Well, honestly, I think some families don't deserve the stylish, fantastically fun, outgoing, camp, whatever child,
Yeah.
young person.
Yeah.
Really. It's their loss.
Exactly.
It is
Hopefully,
their loss. It's sad.
hopefully you're sort of back in contact or sort of seeing each other now, hopefully.
Yeah.
Some families are assholes.
Chanel said, yeah, I took in a few over the years. Religion here is usually the reason why they're kicked out of their homes and worse family. Yeah. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Chanel, for taking in, homeless LGBTQ youth, like who are kicked out of their homes. Like, yeah, I've heard of people doing that before, and like group homes and like YMCA, like places taking in these like kids, and it just sucks that like a family, like a family can just disown like one of their own, like their child. Like you made that person is part of you.
Yeah.
And it's like the fact that you can just disown them and kick them out because they're different or whatever you want to call it. It's just weird to me. Like, what if they would have never came out? They would have lied their whole lives. You still would have cared for them. But the fact that they were good enough and honest with who they are, now all of a sudden you don't like them anymore. It just doesn't make any sense.
I think my fault is they'll probably prefer the person to hide it.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like I know some close friends of mine gone through like, an ex of mine, like their family was super religious, and surprisingly the father was always more supportive than the mother, and it interested me. I'm like, it's just interesting. Like it's sad, and I wish nobody had to go through like a coming out story and like any of that. Like it everybody should just have like their their lives and not have to go through any of the pain. So
Yeah, I agree.
I did see there was an advert or something on Facebook where it was like this person was like, I've got something to tell you. It's him and his mum. They were sitting down and he said, yeah, I'm straight. I like girls.
like that, like that would be so weird if people did
It
that.
did make me laugh. It did.
But could you imagine that though? Like if straight people had to come out like gay people do, could you imagine how like I don't want to say different things would be, but like then it's more so of the understanding and the acceptance and all that. It's like the fact that if a straight person had to come out like a gay person was, they would understand like what we have to go through.
Yeah.
More. So Ted said, Chanel had said about she's sorry that happened to Ted. Ted's like, I'm not. It helped me grow a thicker skin and showed me the true colors of people around me. That's true.
I think that's a true thing. It does. This sort of situation does show you actually who is good for you to be in your life and who cares actually. And actually, maybe they weren't. Maybe for you, then maybe they're better off left in your past. So you can live your present and your future with people who care about you and that you care about and want to spend your time with.
My sister's watching. She says, "Hey Matthew, hey Steph."
Hello, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Hi, Steph.
That's my older sister from Florida.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
is this your actual sister?
Yeah. I have two older sisters. They both live in Florida.
Oh, hello, Matthew's sister, darling.
Yes. Okay.
Darling.
Ted knew can't be met femme.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ted. So Chanel has a little story here. My great uncle through marriage was gay in the 40s and joined the army. He was nearly killed for being what he was by his fellow soldiers, and his sergeants turned their back on the abuse he took. When he came home from World War II, he married a woman and had 2 children with her, divorced her in 1951, and lived his secret life for the next 30 years. Wow.
First of all, well done for being able to fake it for so long.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
But it's so sad that, that's not even that long ago if you think about it. He was actually, they turned their backs on him really and let him be abused. It's
Well, I'm glad he finally got to like live his secret. Like he got to like finally be free. Like I'm
Yeah.
assuming that he got to live that, the 30 years of who he really was.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's the stuff like I just wish people knew but didn't have to go through. Like that's sad.
Yeah.
It is. It's so.
But I feel it's almost in a way we've got to live through these sort of situations so that hopefully they don't happen again and we can hopefully learn from them.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you pick the family you want in your life. Like
Yeah.
if people don't accept you, you eventually like start picking your family or your friend. Like
Yeah.
you just grow your circle. And
Well, my circle is very, very small. Keep it small for that reason.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
And-
Well, some of your circles.
but
Don't
like,
getting cheeky, you mister.
There
but
is
in
a
the gay community, though, we base. I mean, like Bryan said, that's basically how we honestly make our family and our friends, because you kind of pick the people who are going to be there and support you and help you and stand up for you and respect you, whether they're blood or not. And that's one of the things that gay people and the gay community have had to deal with and learn how to adjust to, is making your own family, because like sometimes your own flesh and blood won't care for you because of who you are. Like it sucks, but it's such a negative. It's also such a positive, because then you can grow from things like that and like, experience and meet new people. And, it's just crazy. It's so crazy that it's like going to be 2021 and we're still dealing with such hate and negativity just for who you love. Like
Right.
no one should be hated on or get negative backlash just because of who they love. Like
Exactly.
Yeah. Agreed.
it's
Completely agree with that one.
People should be able to be who they are and live their best lives.
Yep.
Do you know what? I walk down the street, I walk in the city centres, loud and proud, because I don't give a, about what
Oh my God.
says.
I remember my friend, so I went to Portland, Oregon, and my friend's like, oh my God, do you have heels? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, should I bring them with me? He's like, yes. So I went out there for Gay Pride. Best experience of my life. This was probably back in 2015, 2014, somewhere around then. I'm bad with remembering years. But so my friend Chris was like, all right, we're going to go out to a restaurant and we're going to wear heels and we have to walk there. I was a mess at walking, but honey, I fucking shut my shit. I didn't give a
yes.
in the world. Like I had this long scarf on and I was like whipping it. It was like flowing the back of me. I'm just like, I had my tight gray pants on, like jeans and like a flowy oversized top. I was just like living my best life. It was amazing.
Queen.
So like just own it. Like, like people that are listening, like if you aren't out or you aren't comfortable, like definitely find someone that you can confide in, or like, someone that you can relate to help you. And because once you're like out and who you like be who you are, it's the best feeling. Like you can definitely start living your life. It's just the best.
100%, and you can confide in any one of us. And if you want to, just speak to any one of us, and your secret's safe with us for now.
Yes.
And then you come out when you're ready. But you can always talk to any one of us, me, Bryan, Matthew, or Brett.
You need advice, honey? Come to us. We got you.
Yeah, we can be your agony aunts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And can I say something else? I do honestly think that the older generation gays had it a lot worse than we do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
I can't imagine being in like my grandparents' age and being LGBT plus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
No, that would be rough. Like I love I love watching older movies because it gives you a whole different perspective. Like, we're a younger generation. We were brought up differently. But like the older generations, there's a movie, I forget what it's called, but it's like it captures that moment back during the Stonewall riots and all that, and like the AIDS pandemic, like everything. It just like shows us like, wow, like we've come so far, so much more far to go. But like it's just crazy. I could never imagine living in like the 1950s.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
If so, the people who are listening and watching, two really, really good things to watch. One's a movie and one's a TV show. They're basically the same in the same realm of what they talk about and what they deal with and what they address. But there's a movie from, I believe it's the early 90s, I want to say, Paris is Burning. And then the TV show, there's 2 seasons, working on a third. Not sure when it'll be out yet because of coronavirus, but Pose. So if anyone hasn't
I love Pose.
yeah, if anyone hasn't seen the movie Paris is Burning or the TV show Pose, watch both of them. It really talks about, you know, gay people, trans people. It does have the ballroom scene, drag, things like that. And then also addresses the AIDS epidemic. Everything that was basically part of being gay in that time frame and everything they had to deal with. You know, people getting kicked out of their homes, you know, going to live with people that other gay people that they met in their homes because they got kicked out of their own. Like, it really paints a picture of how bad things. I'm not saying that we still don't have hurdles to jump over now in this time frame, but back then it was much worse. And that movie and that TV show really showcases both of that. I mean, all of that.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah,
there's a
Pose
really
is
good.
absolutely amazing.
And there was actually a film over here from about 6 years ago that I saw the advert in the cinema, and I'm not kidding you, I was the only person laughing. I'm not kidding you, I always was crying with laughter. And it's an amazing film where the LGBT community were helping the minors. So it's called Pride. And it's really.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I like it. It's brilliant. It's a really good film. And it's about basically how, you know, LGBT community went down to Wales and was supporting the miners who were basically in the 80s. There was lots of closures of the mines, and they were supporting them and, you know, doing their bit, and it was amazing. There's some who's that?
I'm so sorry.
Bryan started talking. Oh God, we can hear him. There's this bit where there's this in Harry Potter. Who's the teacher in the pink? The evil one.
Oh, Umbridge?
Yeah. So she's in it, and
Dolores Umbridge.
She said there's this one scene, and it's like she's driving a van with them all in, and I'm not kidding you. That's even now. I want to go back and watch it tonight. I think, but that scene was amazing. So I definitely.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah. Huh?
Is it on Netflix?
Let me confirm.
Ooh.
So you can talk amongst yourselves.
Well, Liz Blaine Brown
Hi,
says,
Liz.
hi, guys.
Hello.
Madam D,
Well,
Madam D says, love all of you. Love you, Madam D.
Madam D.
Thanks for
I
watching.
love you. I love you so much. Mwah, mwah.
We have, let's see here. We have Liz also says, Matthew Ludwig, are you ready for the snow Thursday? Ew. It's
Are you guys?
We're getting a bad snowstorm. I think is it Thursday or Wednesday?
Wednesday, I think. We're supposed to get a bad snowstorm here, guys. Like a couple,
We had ours
like a couple
last
inches.
week.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the snowstorm. We're supposed to get like 2 to 4 inches Monday, tomorrow, and then the huge snowstorm's supposed to hit Wednesday.
Oh, great. Love that for
Don't
us.
make us.
I'm gonna go drive my car, girl. Wish me luck. I'm gonna go 100 miles an hour.
Yes. Sue Quarter says, love you, Bryan.
Oh, love you, Aunt Sue.
Oops. Liz Clayton Brown says, I just came out as pansexual to my family and friends. Seems to have gone well.
Congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
Liz, that's awesome.
Yes, that's so awesome. Congrats for being yourself and
Yes.
Well
wanting
done
your
for
friends and
coming
family.
out.
Yeah. Well
That's
done. You have
amazing.
our love and support.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have all of our love and support, darling.
Yes. Lynette says, miss the fun stuff at the truck stop.
Oh my God, funny story. So when it would snow, I remember working with her. We used to work 4 p.m. to midnight. And like the one night we were working, I think it was a Sunday or a weekend, there was nobody like in the building. There was no trucks out in the parking lot, but the whole like lot was like covered in snow. Literally, her and I took turns. And like I took my car, she took her car, and we did donuts in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. Lynette was so fun to work with. She was like my favorite. I love her.
Yeah.
Bloomy.
Love it.
Madam D says, love you,
Oh, Madam
Bryan.
D.
Madam D. Girl, I got my chapstick still.
Oh, girl. Jeremy says, we could have some activities as long as we didn't get stuck in a ditch at Bry Patty.
I'm not gonna even bring it up.
Oh my God, you've got to tell us a story.
I know okay. So it's a long story, but since we're getting near the end of our episode, we're gonna tie it into another episode.
Yeah, we'll tie that into my episode.
Yeah.
I'll talk about crazy ass time.
Oh my gosh, literally. Oh, Ted says the heartfelt sincerity you fellas are showing for what some of us older gays went through is fantastic, and it's like a virtual hug. Thank you. Lots of love, guys.
You are so welcome, Ted.
Yeah.
Love you.
If it wasn't, we have to, no matter if we like it or not, which I don't know why you wouldn't like it, but we have to, as the younger LGBTQ plus community, have to pay respect, all of our respect to the older community, because if it weren't for the Stonewall riots, we wouldn't be where we are. So
if the old generations didn't fight for the rights, then it wouldn't be legal.
Exactly.
And
We've got the older generation to thank.
And everything. So yeah.
We've got them to thank, and if without them, we won't be.
Yeah. Ted says, "I'm so proud to have this show with the rest of the WLFE family."
Yeah.
So we
part of this.
I'm just happy to do this with all three of you. Like, I just love it, and it's amazing. And I hope people, I hope we get to inspire others and take it to a level where we can help people get through hard things in life. Like, there's so much negativity right now in the world. Like, I just want to be here to make you people laugh and just be fun. So thank you for the opportunity. It's really, really, really grateful.
So is everyone looking forward to Christmas? Obviously, I know you won't be, Matthew, because you're Jewish, but
I have my fabulous. There's the unicorn.
Yes.
I'm that gay.
Come on, unicorn, I'm dead.
I'm that gay that, of course, I had to get
absolutely. I'm living for that. That's awesome.
I'm ready for Santa to come down my tree.
Oh, absolutely.
Or chimney. Sorry. My I'm dead. I'm canceled.
Well, yeah, but what I was saying, back to earlier, being that gay, of course, I had to go and get a Hanukkah/Jewish related sweater, and of course, I'd have a unicorn on and be all glittery and gay. So, but we are currently, my husband and I are currently celebrating Hanukkah. It's happening now. It started December 10th, and it goes to the 18th. Tonight's night for Hanukkah. So, yes.
Love that. What about you over there in the UK?
I'm like a Scrooge. I've got no plans for Christmas. I need to get some alcohol. I'm just going to stay at home, watch as little Christmas TV as possible. I'm going to catch up on my TV series and get drunk.
Do you know what? I'll be completely honest with you. I do not like any Christmas movie.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I hate Christmas movies.
Yeah, Bryan, you know what I'm going to watch on Christmas Day since it's being released? Wonder Woman 1984.
You guys all fucking suck. I'm just kidding. I respect everybody's views on holidays. I know, but my family has always cherished the holidays. I just love giving, helping people and giving and doing whatever I can to spread help and positivity. So that's why I love the holidays. On Christmas Day, girl, I'm probably gonna eat and just be a cow and just sit in my bed and watch TV.
Stupid cow.
Do you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna eat bread, get fat and sassy.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get Panera bread and just
sassy. Have you seen that video, Brett?
Yeah.
So Liz has said, Matthew and Bryan, get dressed up and let me take your pictures in the snow. Yes, girl.
Oh my God, Liz, I'll just wear my bro boots and be shirtless and boxers. Bro pics.
Yes, and I'll be in full drag, girl, and you'll be, oh my God, girl, you'll be in just boxers and a snow boots, like the hot guy in the ad, and I'll be the drag queen, all over you. I'm moving the snow. Yes, I love that.
We'll just have to edit my braces off my mouth.
Oh, your mom's watching. Bryan, he says, love my boy Bryan. I knew he was gay since he was in kindergarten and wouldn't want him any other way. Love you all. Oh,
thank you, Lorelai.
I can imagine Bryan sort of pouncing around 3-year-old Bryan,
There's a picture of me with my legs crossed in kindergarten holding the American flag, and that's when my mom knew. She's like, oh, my son's gay.
Nice. Love you all. Love you, Nicey.
Love you.
Love you.
Liz says, thank you for the support. It was so scary to feel out and be honest. You're so welcome.
Yeah,
it is hard to welcome. Once you're out, you feel a huge relief. That
if you want to come out with us, we'll show you a freaking crazy time at the gate club.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, it looks like about all the questions and comments we have. Jeremy, I better win the Mario Kart.
Oh, God.
But yes. And then Liz says, PM me. So yeah, we're going to have to reach out to Liz, Bryan, for a little snow photo shoot.
Liz, I'm gonna be contacting you, girl. So you better get the lighting, the makeup artist. We going out.
Yes.
Well, this is the end of our show. So we've got to wrap things up. So let's go around the room. Morgan first. Any last minute thoughts, comments you have for the viewers?
Be yourself. Be happy. Keep smiling. Don't listen to anyone negative. Do not listen to what anyone says if it's negative. Be yourself. Concentrate on yourself, and have a very, very Merry Christmas.
Oh.
Yes. Bryan?
I just want to thank you all individually for your support and for watching our show and promoting it. Ted, again, thank you for this opportunity, and I just hope we get to change someone's life. I hope we can put a smile on someone's face if you're going through a rough time. We're all going through something rough, and I'm just happy to be here with all three of you to spread ourselves out in this world because we're all crazy. But I'm just happy to be a part of this, and I'm wishing everybody happy and safe holiday. And if you get a chance, girl, if you live on the East Coast, go out in the snow, have some fun. Liz, girl, I'm gonna call you up. We're gonna do a photo shoot, honey.
Yes.
But thank you all. I love you all so much.
Brett?
Just thanks for the support, really. And just be yourself, like these guys have said. Just be yourself, be positive, and love yourself. And make sure that you take time during this. You know, this time can be really good and festive, but it also can be really difficult. So make sure you take time for yourselves. And also with the pandemic ongoing, look after yourself, take care, protect yourself. You know, wear a mask. And just have to just look out for yourself and your friends and family. You know, take care, and yeah, see you next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you to the three of you for doing the show with me and having so much fun between the three of us. I mean, the four of us and our friendship that we have. Thank you to Ted and WLFE DB Radio for letting us be part of your station and all the love and support from you guys. Again, if anyone out there is struggling with being in the closet, needs to come out, needs someone to talk to about being, you know, LGBTQ plus, you can always message any of us. We're always here with open arms and accepting arms. And yeah, just during this time, love one another, be safe, you know, continue to wear your masks and wash your hands and things like that. To my fellow Jews out there, happy Hanukkah. To everyone else who's celebrating something different, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. And you can find us on Facebook at Across the Pond Officially. And you can find us on YouTube at https://rb.gy/IQZMSN. You can find us on Instagram at Across the Pond Official and Twitter at ATP Official, ATP all capitals. And if you would like to ask us any questions or comments about today's episode, future episodes, or you have any topics or things you'd like us to talk about, you can always email us at acrossthepond, ACROSSTHEPOND 11 @outlook.com. And we will do those comments and emails and all that stuff. But thank you all for watching. What a fun episode. Yes, and we will see you all on next week's episode. So have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
WLFE DB Radio.